Right, welcome everyone. It's coding time. So this stream is for entertainment purposes only. And without further ado, let's see what we've got today. So as usual, we'll try to solve some problem under 40 minutes, hopefully. And let's see what we've got today. So big one. Right. It's an easy problem, and most of the people don't like it. It's like 1-to-3 ratio. Right. So yeah, let's just see what's the deal with that. Given a string s and an integer k, reverse the first key characters for every 2 key characters counting from the start of the string. Reverse the first key characters for every 2 key characters. All right. So in A, B, C, D, we reverse B, A, and E, F, whatever, we reverse F, E, right? So it will be A, C, D, F, E, G. I think there was a simple function to do so. The length is from 1 to 10 to the power of 4, as consists of only lowercase English letters and 1 equal to k and blah blah blah. Well, so obviously we can just recreate the string from the scratch, but I wonder if we can just swap the elements there with all right, let's see. Start index equals 0. All right. So while, and let's say int I or actually while start index plus k less than s length with this thing. All right, so we do for int I equal start index right, and I is less then start index plus k and I plus actually plus k half, right? This is the thing, so we don't need to, we don't need to, because we're going to swap it, right? So it's let's say char c equals to s I, and then s, and here is the main logic comes So it's start index plus k, I guess, minus 1 and minus I equals to si. No, wait, sorry. It should be vice versa. So it should be si equals to this thing, right? And then this thing is equal to c. Now, after we're done with this 4, we say start index plus equal 2 times k. Something like that. All right. And obviously we return s. So it's constant space and somewhat, actually it's even less than linear, right? It's what is yeah, it's basically half of the length of the s, but again, the asymptotic is technically linear. All right. Yeah, should we go and try to debug it, those indices? Right, let's see if we have this A, B, C, D, F, E, F, G, right? So index 0, obviously. So we say while for 0 less than and k is 2, right? And k equals 2. So less than 0 plus 2, so less 2 less than whatever 5, right? This is the first time we enter here. So start index I will be in the range from 0 to k divided by 2 is 1. So from 0 to 1, basically that's the I. So this will be here first. So actually I will be only 0 because it's strict less than this one, right? Less than 1. So it will be only one number here. It will be only A. Whereas start index 0 plus 2 minus 1, 1. So it's 1 minus 0 is 1. So it's Si equals what? B, right? And obviously, so Si, which is 0. And obviously, here we'll have again this thing, which is 1 equals C, which is A, right? So we swap these two elements, basically, which is correct thing to do. So now we have index of 0 plus 4, which is 4. So then we say 4 is still less than 5, so we enter second time, right? And now it's equal to, so this will be what start index? It will be 4, right? So the fourth element, okay, and this will be 4 plus 1. So it will be basically only 4, right? So in this case, it will be what? The fourth element is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, E, right? So this one will be 4 plus 2, 6, minus 1, 5. Yeah, this is wrong. So okay, let's do this then. Let it be always from 0. All right, and this is always k time because we want to swap, and then we say start index plus I, and this thing is minus I, and that's it. Now it should work. So again, initially, because it was I0, then it's also 0, alright, so it stays 0 all the time. But here is the first base, because start index is 4 now. So it was 0 initially, but now it's 4, which is in E, so here is 4 plus k minus 1 minus I0, so it's okay. So it's 4 plus 2, 6 minus 1, 5 minus 0, 5. So in the fifth element here is F, right? So we say this is F. And then obviously, or actually now we can say this is 0. It's not just I, it's start index plus I, right? Shouldn't forget that I should use start index here. So it should be 4. That's why it's important to debug with data to adjust all these indices. Is F, right? Because F is the fifth element. No, wait. Yes. And E is was the fourth element, which is this one, right? So we assign k whatever, so S1, so here will be S5 equal to E, to this one. Right, and then we add another 4, which makes it 8, and 8 is greater than 5, so we never enter back, and we return S, which is at this point will be, so okay, we initially swap B and A, so it's BA, then we don't touch the CD because it's 2 and 3 in this, so the fourth in this is now F, the fifth is E, and the remainder of the string is G, so BA, CD, FEG, oops, FEG, alright, so it should work. Let's run the code and see if it compiles. Alright, so it passes the initial check. Let's see if it passes all of the checks. Alright, it didn't swap it because okay, so I think it should be less or equal to, right? Because it's plus k, and if it's k is 4, then it will be from 0 to 2 less than, so it will be 0, 1, 0, 1, and we will swap with start index 0, 0 here, so we swap is 4 minus 1, 0, so we swap with third, so 0 is third, and first with second. Alright, yeah, should work. So the idiotic inputs again. So now k is 8. So alright, so then we can do this. If start index is really, so initially it will be 0, right? Then 4, then 8 is less or equal than the max between s length and k, which is, yes, I know, stupid, but this is how it works. Okay. And submit. Output what? /x00. How is it even possible? It shouldn't do anything, because I mean the k is 2, right? So yeah, I think it should be mean between k is 2 and s length half. Right? We run a 0, so it basically never enters the cycle and just returns 8. In this case, k is 2, so it's 1, so it's 0, so it swaps 0 with something that doesn't exist, I believe, because if it will try to swap here, right, it will swap starting index plus which is okay, 0 plus I 0, 0, but this one, it will assign it to what? To start plus k minus 1. K is 2, minus 1 is 1, so it will take us 1, which is something outside of us. Whatever. Run the code. And now see if it passes. Alright, so it does everything okay. The first two, right? It's 3. We expect A swap with C, right? And then so we jump here, and G we shouldn't swap with it. So I should be technically minimum between k and a half and the residual length, which is can I do this one? I wonder. It should be minus start index, right? But because it's already as the next leg, yeah, it's exactly, so it's whatever left here. So the start index was, let's say 4, right? So we say okay is just 1, So don't do anything, right? Let's see if it still works. While this, I mean, this is usually when something is like, when a lot of people don't like the problem, it's because the corner cases are bad. Right, let's see if it passes. No, something weird is at the beginning. Okay, we have 8, right, which means we should check first 8. We should reverse first 8. So as length is what? Is 7. Start index is 0. Alright. Yeah, it's straightforward. Int and index. Let's use this one instead of key. Is this, right? So technically we can just remove this divided by half to understand. So it's either the k or this thing, right? Depends how much left. Then we can say it's start index 2. So start index plus whatever k, this is where we end the swap, or length minus start index, right? Which makes sense. And if so, then we just say and the index by 2 and index divided by 2, and then all we need to say here is and index k minus 1 and index minus 1 minus I. Alright. Let's see if this passes. No. Interesting. Alright, so the end index is start index, which is 0, plus the minimum between k, which is 2, and length minus start index. So length minus start index is 7 here. Right, so minimum between, so it's 2. Right, 2 divided by 2 is 1. So it's just 0 until it's 1, right? So it's just one iteration. So again, it's start index 0, so it's 0. Start index 1, so it's 0, again 0. There's an index, which in this case is equal to 2. 2 minus 1 is 1, minus I is 0. That's it. I 0, so it's 1. Right, so it should work. But it doesn't change output. It's swap G in this case. Seriously, so we add 4, right? And then we say that this is the minimum between, alright, 2 and 7 minus 4, theoretically, right? It's not 5, it's 7. So yeah, I don't understand why this length is 7, right? 7 minus 4 is 3, so we still go with 2. Right, let's debug here, because I already don't understand what's going on. Start index equal to start index index equal to and index. Something wrong here. No, I can't include it here, sorry. Yeah, because it's I, right? It should be unfortunately like this all the time. And now if I run it will work. Yes. And I believe we now finally should pass all the tests. But maybe not. Done. Man, the debugging part is like, it's awful. So right, let's see. Already like 27 minutes, so it's... Yeah, let's just submit a few more times to see if we can get the better score. So far we had 91 and 25, which is fine. Alright, I'm okay with that. Let's stop here. So it's 91 and 55. So let's go to the whiteboard. So we have 91 and 55. The total is 146. Right? Is it correct? Yeah. So we're neutral today. Okay. So see you tomorrow. Bye.